My own family snubbed my wedding, writing it off as unworthy. But my billionaire in-laws turned it into the event of the century, making everyone regret they'd stayed away. I shone bright. Can you imagine your own parents skipping your wedding because they thought your fiancé wasn't good enough? Mine did. They called him a nobody, a carpenter from nowhere. But what they didn't know was that the quiet man I loved was about to drop a bombshell, a secret so massive it would make headlines across 3 states and leave my parents utterly begging for forgiveness. The engagement ring felt heavier than it should have as I twisted it around my finger, my eyes glued to the phone screen. 3 missed calls from Mom, 2 from Dad, and a string of texts that made my stomach twist into knots. Eleliana, we've thought about this extensively, and we simply cannot support this union. Your father and I have invested too much in your future to watch you throw it away on a carpenter from Montana. Until you come to your senses, we won't be attending this so-called wedding. I set the phone down, the clatter echoing in our tiny Denver apartment, amidst the chaos of wedding planning. Mason was working double shifts on construction sites downtown, every muscle aching, just to help pay for our modest ceremony. I was picking up extra teaching assignments at 3 different schools. We'd saved every penny for months to afford a small church rental and a reception at the community center. The irony wasn't lost on me. My parents, Dr. Patricia Jones and attorney Richard Jones, had always preached about character over wealth. Yet here they were, refusing to even meet the man I loved because he didn't have a college degree or a trust fund. Mason walked through the door just as I was wiping tears from my cheeks. His work boots heavy on our creaky hardwood floors, covered in sawdust and concrete powder. But God, he was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. His dark hair stuck up in all directions, and those green eyes immediately found mine, filled with a deep concern that made my own heart ache. "What's wrong, Ella?" he asked softly. I handed him my phone without a word. He read the messages in silence, his jaw tightening with each line. When he finished, he set the phone down gently and pulled me into his arms. "I'm sorry," he whispered into my hair. "I know how much you wanted them there." "It's not your fault," I choked out, my voice cracking. "They're snobs. But I never imagined getting married without my parents. Mom was supposed to help me with my dress. Dad was supposed to walk me down the aisle." Mason pulled back to look at me, his calloused hands framing my face. "We don't need their approval, Ella. We never did. And, honestly, my family's going to love you so much, you'll forget all about them." I managed a weak smile. The truth was, I hadn't met much of Mason's family yet. His parents lived in a remote area of Montana with spotty cell service and seemed to be traveling constantly. All I really knew was that his father, Robert Carter, had some kind of business, and his mother, Susan, was apparently excited to finally meet me. They'd confirmed they'd fly in for the wedding, along with full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.